Hiles here, aka the Mindset Guy, with today's training video, which is all about the 4 primary emotions that get in the way of us achieving our goals. And I know that I certainly have succumbed to one, if not all, of these emotions in my life, and I'm sure as I go through them, you'll recognize them as well. Now, let's sort of set out the lay of the land. So here we have territory 1, territory 2, and territory 3. Now, territory 1 is all about the current reality that we find ourselves in. This is kind of like our comfort zone, if you like. Now, across here is territory 3, and this is our desired reality. This is, we've set a goal, we want to achieve the goal, we've achieved the goal, and we now sit in a very different reality. Goal achieved. And I'm not going to get too much into how to set goals. I've got videos on my channel, on my blog, on how to do that. But I'm presupposing that you have, a compelling goal, a goal that you really want to achieve. Now, that goal might be, to start a multi-million-pound business. It might be to raise 5, 6 children. It might be to write a best-selling book. It may be to deliver a very important project to your boss. It might be to become a politician or become a governor of a state, right? Whatever the goal is, I'm presupposing that it's compelling and you really want it. Because once you do want it, you're going to move into territory 2. Now, we would all love and sometimes hope that we're able to go straight from territory 1, straight to territory 3, no problems. Just doesn't work like that. I call that your plan, but territory 2 is all about the universe's plan for you, and it will have a very different plan for you. It will look much more like that green line there. That's closer to the truth. Now, the thing is, we need to understand these 4 emotions, because failure to understand them can turn us into, I call them retreaters. And I've been there myself. And what that means is that we set out from territory 1 to get to territory 3. We bump into any one of these emotions and the experience that surrounds them. And what we do is we retreat back to the current reality, back to our comfort zone. Even though we don't like it, we like it more than we like that. So as a result, we head back that way there. And some people turn this into a habit, almost an art form, the ability. And some take it even further. They've stepped out into territory 2. They've realized that life can be quite hard, much harder than expected. And so they go back into territory 1, and then all they do is they become very cynical, very skeptical of this thing called goal setting, and bit grumpy, bit miserable, unhappy with their lot, but not willing to step out of it in order to get to something that's better. And the reason that we set goals is we want more, better, or different, okay? Right, now, as we step out, we're going to step out into territory 2, we're going to experience any one or all of these emotions. And the bigger the goal, the more compelling, the more we're going to experience these emotions. Not once, but many, many times. And we're going to experience them at different variables of intensity. So let's go through each one real quick. And then at the end, I want to give you a sort of a motto, if you like, once you step into territory 2. So first one up here, and they're not necessarily in this order, but you'll experience it. Fear and doubt, all right? Fear and doubt. And often, even as we sit down here, we can experience fear and doubt just stepping into territory 2. Because territory 2 is the unknown. Territory 1 is the known. And sometimes we don't even step into territory 2 because of fear and doubt. And I've talked about that on previous videos with this yes, but. We talk about what we want. Oh, yes, I'd love to find the partner of my dreams, but. And as soon as the but comes in, and what's after the but is the doubt. And that inner saboteur stops us even moving outside of our comfort zone. But then as we go through territory 2, we're going to be tested. We're going to experience tests from the universe, testing our resolve, testing our ability to handle adversity. We're going to be scared out of our lives with certain things that we'll have to do. So depending on the goal, it could be that you have to go and present your idea to a panel, maybe to raise some money, an investor. And that is really scary. Maybe you've never done that before. And it's really scary. So you have fear. But that's all part and parcel of territory too. Fear and doubt. Let's look at another one. Right? Failure and disappointment. Now, fear is the primary, doubt is the associated. Failure is the primary and disappointment is the associated. There's no question that when we step into territory 2, that we're going to get setbacks, that we're going to meet obstacles, and we're going to be disillusioned sometimes, and we're going to experience disappointment, we're going to experience failure. And it's all part and parcel of territory 2. And none of us like to experience these emotions. I can't honestly say, yeah, I love to fail. But it's part and parcel of moving into territory 2. And the disappointment that goes with not getting the result that you want, it can be very disappointing. But hopefully you can see some people become so disappointed that they head back to territory 1, their comfort zone, never wanting to move back out again. But it's all part and parcel of it. It's part and parcel of the game of territory 2. Let's look at another one. So this one is rejection and discouragement. You may even experience rejection and discouragement when you share your desired goal with friends and family. I know I have in my life. They may say, what are you talking about, you idiot? You're never going to achieve that. Or maybe that you want to achieve something that they're happy doing. Like, for instance, maybe they smoke and you say, I don't want to smoke anymore. And you say, I'm not going to smoke anymore, And then they'll reject you or discourage you from achieving that. Or maybe you want to get down the gym, but they want to go to a fast food restaurant. And they'll discourage you for getting to the gym, I've talked about this before. It's like if you've been part of a right turn tribe and now you want to be part of a left turn tribe, well, the right turn tribe will definitely reject you and definitely discourage you from doing that. Now, there's many reasons, don't want to get into that now, but expect it to happen. It's all part and parcel of it. As you go through territory 2, your ideas may be rejected. I mean, how many times have we heard of famous authors where their books got rejected many, many times? Or business men and women where their business idea got rejected for investment or funding time and time again. Right? It's all part and parcel of it. Now, I'll talk about what we're meant to get from this at the end, but just understand this is the lay of the land in territory number 2. Okay, what about the last one? And of course there's more than this, but these are the primary ones. Anger and frustration. Anger, primary frustration. There's going to be a lot of frustration linked to this. A lot, sometimes, of anger where the unexpected happens. Where, if I give you an example of this. So I was coaching a lady who wanted to have children. The relationship she was in, her partner wasn't too keen on having children. But it was a goal of hers, it was a desire, as we talked about, it was something she wanted to do. But she was kind of willing to maybe let go of that because she loved him. Anyway, he comes home one night, slightly drunk, and announces that I no longer want to be with you. And of course, now we've got rejection, rejection here, we've got failure around the relationship, we've also got a lot of anger that came out as a result of that. But I want you to think for a second, this is the universe's plan. Let's say that's your plan. This is the universe plan. And if this person really, really wants to have children, maybe this is what needs to happen in order to achieve that. If you look at it from a universe point of view, it can be really confusing. Hold on, you say you want this, and you're in this situation. Let me help you sort that out so that. Now, long story short, different relationship now, and on track to have children. So, as I say, this is the universe's plan, not your plan. And then, as I say, frustration and anger, ultimately, once again, sometimes the feeling of anger can cause us to not want to experience it again and then retreat back into the comfort zone. So they're the 4 primary emotions and associated emotions. And as I say, there's more than this, but these are the biggies. These can be the biggies that cause retreatment back to the world that we know, rather than moving forward to what we do want and understanding this is all part and parcel of the territory of territory number 2. Okay, now let's just then look at 4 things. 4 things to remember as we set compelling goals and we want to achieve those goals, knowing that we're going to go through territory 2 and it's going to look a bit more like that green line. Firstly, the key is to resolve before you start, never to give up, to persist. Right? As Winston Churchill said, never, ever, ever quit. Because you know, as a result of this video anyway, that you're going to experience this. And just use your own experience. Think of anything you've achieved in the past, anything at all. And I gave you some examples at the beginning. Maybe for one person, it's about becoming a national champion or an international champion in sport. Now think, have you experienced these emotions? Did you experience these emotions to get to that? I bet the answer is yes. And I bet you experienced these in abundance if it was a big, hairy, audacious goal. So firstly, resolve not to quit, to just persist and get going. Secondly, that these are the rules of the territory. That when you step into territory number 2 and you set a big goal for yourself, that's what's going to happen. You're setting yourself up for fear and doubt, failure and disappointment, rejection and discouragement, and anger and frustration. It's impossible to succeed, i.e. achieve that, without that. It's just impossible. You're going to experience some of it, if not all of it, and over and over and over again. Thirdly, third important thing to remember is that call them difficulties, call them obstacles that sit in territory 2. They come to instruct you rather than obstruct you. That contained within the obstacle or the difficulty is a lesson for you and me to learn. And once we learn the lesson, the key then is to focus on the lesson, not whatever the experience was that gave us the lesson. And utilize the lesson in order to move forward. It's like the universe saying, you've got to learn this in order to be able to move forward. If you fail to learn it, you will get the lesson over and over and over again. Because everything is either a lesson or a clue in territory 2. Clues are, you're doing the right thing, do more of it. Lessons are, there's something for you to learn it, and you will move forward. And the last thing, number 4, is that the reason that we set goals in the first place is not actually to achieve the goal. It's about becoming the person that can achieve the goal. You see, the person that sits here is not the same person as they'll be here. Because if they were, then they'd already have that. We've got to become. It's all about becoming. In order to have more, we've got to become more. And territory 2 will give you what you need to become the person that is worthy of what it is that you want. And that means usually shifts in discipline and character and attributes and those sorts of things. When you make those changes, when you become the person, then you will get the goal. So they're the 4 things that are worthy of remembering when you step into territory number 2. So there we are, short video just to help you. And please leave a comment, let me know. Give me a score, 1 to 10. 1 not very good, Colin. 10 really enjoyed it. Give me some feedback. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Hold on, before you go, let me just ask you a quick question. Do you feel like a Ferrari that's got its front brakes locked on and it's just spinning round and round? And maybe you're spinning and stuck in the area of health, or maybe you're spinning and stuck in the area of wealth, or maybe for you it's in the area of relationships or your career. Well, unfortunately, most people's minds are working against them, creating things that they don't want repeatedly. I want to show you how to release your mental brakes immediately with 4 free advanced mind power training videos. The information contained in these 4 videos will provide little known keys to the psychology of achievement. As you start watching them, the advanced mind power training will transform you from the inside out. Release your mental brakes today for real results, lasting change, and a quantum leap in your performance.
So visit www.advancedmindpowertraining.com or click on the link below this video to get your first free video today.